How to set up an Eclipse project for Appium. In this tutorial, I will show you how you can set up an Eclipse project for Appium. So first, go and launch your Eclipse IDE, and once you are there, create a new project. I'll choose the Java project here, and I'll give it a name, Appium project. I'll choose the default. I will go inside Appium project. So the client that needs to connect to the mobile device via Appium is dependent on few products. One is Appium, second is Selenium WebDriver, and third is JUnit. So what I will do, I'll go to this project, go to Properties by right clicking on Project. I will go to Java build path, also add library, user library. Next, I'm going to create few libraries here. One is going to be Selenium WebDriver 3.0. I also will create another one called Appium client. Or let's call it Appium jars. So let's go to Selenium WebDriver first, add external jars. I am going to go to where my jars are located. So you will see there are two types of files here. They're jar files and also the libs folder. Go to libs first, open, go back to Selenium WebDriver 3.0, add external jar, go one level up, get the jar files open, apply and close. Then I'll go back to Appium jars, add external jars, softwares. Well, I think in my case it's in downloads. I need to move it to the right folder, but it's right here. So I got that jar, Java client 504 jar, apply and close, finish. Make sure these boxes are checked so they're part of the path. And you can see here in the library I have Appium jars and Selenium WebDriver 3.0 jars. Apply and close. And then here you can go to source and write your client. So new client. So I will write Appium client. Always a good practice in Java to put the package. So I'll just say combo training.appium. So here I already have an existing code which I'm going to attach to this video so you can see it, just so you can see, you can test what's happening. I'm going to keep that here, change the package, I have to import all these. Okay, so this thing needs to be renamed to Appium client. It's missing JUnit jars, so you can put your mouse over it. There are many ways you can do this. One could be you can go to project, properties, and get the JUnit jars. So add library, JUnit is here. Next, JUnit 4, finish, apply and close. And you can see all the compilers and errors for JUnit are gone away. Let's see what's happening with this guy here. Appium client, save this file. Okay, perfect. So if you have an emulator running, you want to access this emulator, so you can go back to Android Studio and then you can see which emulator do you have for AVD? I have Nexus 5X API 24, Nexus 5X API 24. So here in your setup, so if you look at this code, there are three methods here. There is a setup method in JUnit, which will be setting up your environment. There's a test method, which will do the actual test. And then you have a teardown, which will do teardown at the end. So in setup here, I have device name is Nexus 5X API 24. That's name of the Android emulator. And my browser is Android. Platform also is Android. Platform version is 7.0. And you see that here, targets Android 7.0. And then the key thing is that every application in Android have two properties. One is application package, and for calculator is com.android.calculator2. And if you work in a company, you will know from developers what they are. That also is a tool available on Android to go and inspect your application. I'll have a tutorial on that also. But for now, the app package for this is com.android.calculator2. It also has an activity like a main class which has main method in a typical Java application. That is com.android calculator2.calculator. And then Appium server is running on localhost 4723 WD hub. And I have a test method where it goes to calculator, clicks on number 1, add, click on number 4, clicks on equal, gets a result, and does an assert on expected result. So, and I'll have another video on this. And here I'm just trying to show you very quick flow so you can test if your integration to Android is working or not. Then you have teardown. To run this, you right click, say run as JUnit test. Java lang null pointer exception. And if that happens, you need to go, and I know why, because and you can see here, so the best friend for you will be to go to your console, and here said could not start a new session, and this is because I have not started my Appium server. So I go to applications, Appium, and this is going to launch the Appium. It's coming at the bottom of my screen here. So Appium is a start server 171. So server is up and running. So now run as JUnit test. So you can see it's trying to get the connected devices. If there's an emulator running, it's going to connect to it. So it did not start, and there might be a bug why it did not start the emulator. So for now what I'll do is I'll go to this virtual device and manually create this. So here we will wait for this emulator to get started. Let's make sure it's got it here. It's functional. Okay, perfect. So if it's functional, run as JUnit test. It's my script. I open the calculator program, click on a button, and click on another button. So here you can see I'm clicking 1, clicking 4, getting 5, and the driver just like got closed. So here you can see there's a green sign here, meaning everything was fine. Assertion is good. So I was expecting value 5 and the actual value was 5. That's why, this is a pass here. And I'm also printing the value result so I can manually verify it. This shows that I was able to run my a script from Eclipse IDE to connect to Appium and then to connect to Android emulator and run on a program there using automated way. Thanks for watching.